30-06 John here, and today what I'm going to be talking about is showing what steps I use to set a hunting rifle scope up for maximum point blank range, and also how to make a drop table. So this is what I use for hunting, so keep on watching and I hope you enjoy the video. What is maximum point blank range? Well, that is the distance where your bullet trajectory does not go above or below what the kill area of the animal you're hunting. For deer, like this cardboard target here I use for practice, it's about 8 inches. Of course, some deer are bigger and smaller than other ones, but I always use 8 inches. If you're hunting for like elk or moose, of course, that's going to be bigger. But I stick with 8 inches, and for me, the maximum point blank distance for me is plus or minus 3 inches. So even though the target's 8 inches diameter, I want to be able to have a little bit of leeway there in case I don't have the perfect squeeze. And this is, of course, for a broadside shot, which sometimes you don't always have. You might have to shoot at an angle or a front-on shot. So for me, for almost every animal I hunt, I use plus or minus 3 inches. The first thing we need is some accurate ballistic information. Since I'm shooting hand loads using an old powder IMR 7977, Barnes tip triple shock bullets, I know the ballistic coefficient. Do have to chronograph the loads and see what numbers I come up with. This is the chronograph of my loads here at 3,043 feet per second. The first shot was the low velocity shot. I don't count that one. There's quite a few ballistic calculators out there. This is Hornady's right here. Federal has one, and Caldwell has one also. These are free to use. I don't recommend any of them. They're just out there. There's probably a few more out there also. I'll use the Hornady's. You have to go to the ballistic coefficient calculator one. You just type in all your information. Once you have all of your ammo selection input, you go to conditions and environment. If you want to have a wind function in there, you can. Altitude, that makes a difference. I'll put in 2,500 feet for me. Temperature, humidity, shooting angle, output settings. My scope is in quarter MOA, not a quarter inch. That's a little bit different, so I'll put MOA settings on there. Type in your maximum range. My intervals, I like it at 25 yards. I don't really want the wind drift at all. So then you just hit calculate. And it comes up with your table here. This is a no wind trajectory. So I'm zeroed for 250 yards. And at 100 yards, I'm 2.36 inches high. You can play around with this. At 300 yards right here, I have 1.1 MOA of drop, which is about 3.4 inches. So my maximum point blank range is 300 yards for me. After you play with the zero range and find out your drop table that you want, maximum point blank range, just print the results. Once the drop table is printed out, it still has to be converted into how many clicks up for your scope. My scope has quarter MOA, not inches, but quarter MOA clicks. The chart here is in MOA. So I start my drop table at 300 yards since I'm flat out to 300 yards, my maximum point blank range. So at 300 yards on 1.1 MOA, that's, you're rounding this, is 4 clicks. 325 yards is 1.69 MOA. That rounds to 7 clicks up. To keep on doing that, 400 yards is 3.6 MOA. That's 12, 13, 14 clicks up. What I do is when I'm converting it to the clicks up, I just put it on a Word pad type document. I format it, and what I'm going to do is cut this out and tape it to the side of my buttstock. After it's printed off, just get a pair of scissors, cut it to size. Something like that. Grab some clear packing tape. Just tape on the stock, sort of just like that. There are many ways of doing this. This is just the way that I do it and has worked for me. I hope everyone finds this video useful. Anyhow, that's all that I have. Stay safe, have a nice day, and take care.